Toronto's #1 morning show is now Canada's first in HD.
It's Friday. Oh, thank God it's Friday. And I just got paid.
Oh, that Friday buzz is in the air. TGIF. Time is 6:58. Happy Friday, my friend.
We made it.
We made it. Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's still 6:58. We have a full day ahead, and we're just really getting into the show. We've got a huge one today. But we've got the drink for you anyway. Also, Living an Exceptional Life. What a great book from CJ Calvert. It's talking about everything, the mental, the physical. He gained 27 pounds in 90 days. We're talking about stop the procrastination, how to de-stress, of muscle.
You said
Sorry, I'm like...
I was like, good times, Krispy Kreme, here we go. That is a full life.
Wait a minute,
full belly.
is that the chapter about my Christmas eating? Thank you, a muscle, okay, so that's amazing. So we're gonna talk about being your best self with living an exceptional life. And last Good morning, everybody. Feeling stressed out? Yeah, who isn't? Time is 8:12. When I talked about this book yesterday on Twitter, it just blew up with everybody saying, what time is it on? Everyone wants to know how to de-stress. Living an Exceptional Life is the name of the book. CJ Calvert is here. What a great breakdown. You really have an all-encompassing approach because you talk about how you hit rock bottom to start writing this. Tell us a little bit about how it got started.
Absolutely. In fact, I used to do a lot of sales training, and it reached the point that I was working 105 hours a week. Just crazy. All my friends and family saying you need to take a break. And finally, when I really did hit that point, I needed to stop and say, how do I turn things around for myself? So all the skills that I use to make changes for me, now I get invited across Canada to talk about that stuff.
Good for you. So let's get right started with the big one. Stress is such a huge factor, as you mentioned, for everybody who's just trying to get food on the table, you know, complete day of work, take care of the kids. It seems there's not enough time in the day or sleep to be had. So you talk about the first thing, exercise, which also seems impossible to fit in.
Right.
How do you commit to it? How do you get it done? How do you fit it in?
Absolutely. Well, the big excuse with exercise is I don't have enough time. And you know, yesterday I'm thinking I've got to find time. My day is zooming around, so I've got my little guy watching Diego. I've got the exercise bike right next to the TV. You simply find a way to fit it in. You have to make the decision. If you don't make time for exercise, eventually you have to make time for illness. So it really is just making it a priority and making it fun.
Investing in your body.
Absolutely.
And you talk about partnering up. That also helps, which is really good. And then I want to get into laughter. It's something you see behind the scenes that we do a lot of here on BT, thank goodness. Why is that so important as a stress reliever?
When we laugh, we actually release a neurotransmitter called endorphins. It literally has the same chemical structure as morphine, so it actually breaks and blocks the pain signal from reaching your brain. So people don't even know the chemistry. They just know that if they can watch a comedy show at the end of the day, they feel great. So one of the key things to managing stress, add some humor to your day.
It's so important. Now let's talk about deep breathing. It's something we forget to do.
Yes.
How do we do it a couple times a day? Is it something you think we should start off in the morning? When do we do it?
Well, you know, movies make a lot of fun about this, you know, with woo-saw, you know, deep breathing. But it's a really powerful thing because when we actually go into the fight or flight response, we start holding our breath. And so if we actually force ourselves to breathe slowly in and breathe slowly out, all of a sudden we can feel our heart rate going down. Literally within a minute or two, you can actually feel yourself calming down. But you don't need to wait until you get stressed. Just make a point of doing it through the day. But if you find yourself you're right in that moment where you are getting stressed, somebody else is talking, you just breathe slowly in, you can calm yourself down. Very powerful.
And what's great is you have so many checklists so that it's so easy for you to see front and center, you know, where we have our faults that we, you know, it's nasty habits that it's hard to break. So when you talk about being grateful and staying positive, and how do you do that every day? How do you remind yourself to get out of the glass is half empty
Absolutely.
approach?
Gratitude is a huge thing. I think that here in Toronto, we've got such a beautiful city that it's pretty easy to forget how blessed we are. I actually had the incredible opportunity to go down to Nicaragua a couple years ago and help build a school. It's part of a charity called Operation Christmas Child. If you've seen it, they take the shoe boxes, they put toys in the shoe boxes, mail it off at Christmas. So I spent 2 weeks building the school. I came back, an amazing experience. They truly don't have anything. When I got back here, what was striking, shocking to me, was how we take everything for granted. And I started noticing people in Toronto complaining about really silly little things. And sometimes we almost need a tragedy to wake us up, sadly, to realize the blessings we've got.
And you really break it down beautifully. You say, instead of complaining that, man, the supermarket line is long, wow, isn't it great to have access to such food? Man, you know, I got to wipe the snow off the car, at least to have a car to drive that keeps me warm, that gets me there.
Absolutely.
All those little things. Thank you so much. For more information, it's called Living an Exceptional Life. CJ Calvert.com. A pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Over to Pam.